Princess Comic Maker, and welcome to, at least for me, a super exciting episode. It's not a Free Draw Friday. In fact, I think it's something even cooler. This is a sketchbook tour. I have seen tons of videos of these all over the internet, and this is actually going to be my first time completing a full sketchbook. So let's open this up and see what we got. So I kind of went overboard and I put a little bit too much decoration on my sketchbooks. I've always wanted to decorate a sketchbook, but I've never finished one, so I've always had just kind of miscellaneous. But this sketchbook I started in November of 2017 and completed this month, April of 2019. And I am 28 years old, and it's taken me this long to finish a sketchbook. So I actually started this sketchbook as I flipped through. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but I actually started the sketchbook at kind of a weird time in my life. Being in my late 20s, I was kind of going in between deciding what I was going to do. I had just started teaching. I am currently an elementary art teacher, and I really wanted to get my mojo back and start drawing. And so I actually drew this Zelda and Mario. There he is, Mario and Peach. Odyssey had come out in October of 2017, and so I drew this in November when I had played the game. So kind of a timeline is like went around. I decided to do that, but a lot of the sketches you're going to see in here have been from different challenges on this channel. I have some Inktober stuff in here. I have some Draw This in Your Style challenges, the 10-minute, 1-minute, 10-second challenge. And early on in the sketchbook, this was really me trying to figure out what I was going to do, but then I started YouTube and I ended up drawing a lot of what I made on the channel in this sketchbook. So it ended up being a really, really good way to fill in the sketchbook, because I was holding myself accountable by making sure I drew something at least once a week. While working a full-time job, it can be kind of difficult. So it was a really good excuse to do it, and even though it took me over a year to finish the sketchbook, there are other places I could like draw in it, but to me, the sketchbook is finished. If you're curious about the materials that I use the most in here, I work with a regular mechanical pencil. This is a Pentel 0.5 lead pencil. I use a Pentel brush pen. This one right here. And then I use Copic markers. Wow, is that a surprise on the internet that someone would use Copic markers? But that's typically what I use in this. This one has a little bit of colored pencil in it, but that's just Crayola colored pencil. I worked a lot on my Webtoons webcomic in here. And I'll leave a link for my Webtoons comic and all the materials I use. This sketchbook actually is a Render, R-E-N-D-R, sketchbook by the company Crescent, this one right here. And the reason why I love this sketchbook, if you haven't noticed already, but it has the ability to let you draw on both sides without your markers bleeding through. If anyone has ever used alcohol markers before, they know that they tend to have a heavy bleed. So here's some more Inktober. This one was part of Inktober, but also it was an excuse to draw something for my anniversary. I made this for the intro of my channel. If you've seen the front page of my channel, you'll remember that. And then we start to see requests. There were parts of this sketchbook, like when I drew this comic page, where I just had empty spaces inside. And the reason why I have to thank you guys for helping me complete the sketchbook is because all these small, like, portrait pictures or, like, silly things in here have all been requests of your OCs and your characters that you guys have asked me to draw during live streams. Here's some of my OCs, my babies. This one I didn't end up erasing to complete. Red lead is kind of hard to get out of the sketchbook for whatever reason. I don't know if it's hard to get out in other types of paper, but this was the planning process for this image right here, and then this was the planning process for another one of my webtoon comics, so that page is technically full. So some more of your characters, and then we have Blueberry Sands in there, and then Attack on Titan. Pikachu with the sparkler. Here's another one of my OCs. My baby. Her name's Abby. I have a video about her. Some more Inktober. More characters. This one's from Beyblade. Here's Banana Man. You might have seen him pop up a couple times in here already. Banana Man. When I was a kid and I had trouble drawing and I didn't know what to draw, it's easy to draw like fruits because fruits are kind of simple shapes, but bananas are a little bit more tricky. They're like a moon shape, but with like a blunt end instead of like a sharp crescent end. So I drew a lot of Banana Man, and I drew him in a top hat. I don't know if we've already passed one, but this one was to celebrate my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. I drew him in there, but typically I draw him in a top hat, and if I don't know what to draw, I'll draw him first, and then it kind of gets my feet wet to draw other stuff or get creative. And there's a lot of characters that I drew from request streams that are characters that I typically wouldn't have picked to draw. But it's been really fun to try different styles and kind of go with replicating, but also a little bit doing it in my style, some of your characters. So that's been super fun. I probably will never ever finish this. The anatomy is a little off, but this was when Stan Lee passed. I started drawing a picture of him, but I need to buy some more like some better artistic pencils, ones that have darker leads for this one, because I started drawing it with a mechanical pencil, which I wouldn't recommend because you can't get much depth from it. But here's another example of a character that, like I said, I probably wouldn't have typically just drawn this kind of character myself, but it's been fun to find other people's styles and try them out as well. And I absolutely love your characters. You guys have been sharing your characters on the Amino and stuff like that, and that's been one of my favorite things about the Amino. Here's some more banana people. We actually filled this one in pretty recent too. We were trying to fill in some extra spaces in here because this was like a failed video. I colored her in recently too, just to finish the sketchbook, but I could not draw her body for the life of me, so now she's just a cute little torso thing. Here's another video when I watched Zombieland Saga from, not last season, but I believe the seasons before's anime lineup. Some more of your characters, and then we get into my husband's territory. He has drawn some things in this. If you guys don't know, if you haven't been on my live streams, we have Tony time. And every time that I step away to use the restroom or something like that, or to grab something, he'll typically grab my sketchbook and draw stuff in there. So you'll see some other stuff. Look, another Banana Man. Again, some of your characters. This one's one of mine. This one's one of mine too. Here's some more of your lovelies. This was actually, it's funny because this is actually where we started. This was from the first live stream that we ever did. And that's where you came from. Lots of inside jokes. It's been really fun interacting with you guys. I believe these are some more requests from streams. This was probably one of the first ones again too. I colored these ones in recently, but this one we drew and colored on the actual day, but these ones I colored recently. And some more of Tony's Tony time drawings. A buff Banana Man. More Tony time. This one was a request though, to draw Rose. Rose is pretty. And this one was probably from one of the most fun streams that we had, our Christmas stream. I don't know, I really like this page. I kind of liked having to put all these together. It was fun. This one was from our first anniversary of posting videos on YouTube back in January. I'll leave a playlist for some of my videos in the iCard. This one was from the Draw This in Your Style challenge. And then the last couple pages, a lot of them are filled with request sketches from our live streams too, so a lot of these are your own characters. I would say these 5. And then these are obviously characters and people from other things. Oh yeah, you know we had to do it. This was from my Making Friends review, my graphic novel fan art review. Some more requests, and that's how we kind of filled up most of the end of this book, was drawing these. It's been super fun. Like, it feels cool to see the characters like this, and a lot of them are different styles, so it's nice to see them all next to each other. And then this is one of my new babies from one of my recent videos. So I feel like there were many things that I accomplished in this sketchbook. I created new characters in this sketchbook. I drew characters that I never would have drawn, like I said. I finished Inktober in this sketchbook, the first time I've ever finished Inktober, and most importantly, I finished the sketchbook. It's just something I never thought I'd get to do. When I was a kid, I used to draw on loose leaf paper and then put it in like one of those clear plastic binders, and then I would bring that around everywhere. So I never had a sketchbook that I've ever finished. So it's been super cool. This sketchbook really holds a special place in my heart because it reignited my love for drawing, and I started this channel with the sketchbook, so it's been something that's really impactful and important to me, even if it's just a bunch of weeb drawings, you know. But I don't know if my sketchbook's complete. There are always things that I could erase, color, or redo, but I think it's done in the sense that I'm ready to start a new one and begin to fill it again. So, oh my gosh, what is this? Is this a clone? It's a brand new baby. Naked. So let's put a date in it. We are starting this one April 2019. I need to get a better gel pen to do the lines thicker, but for the time being, this is what we're rolling with. April 2019. Now, I don't think I'll finish this in 2019. I think I might finish it sometime mid-year of 2020. But who knows? We'll see what happens. With all the live streams that we've been doing, maybe I'll finish it sooner, maybe I'll finish it later. But regardless, I can say I finished one, so... I mean, it doesn't even include all the stuff that we drew that wasn't in the sketchbook, because there were some paintings and things like that that we did, but... Anyway, I didn't think that I would ever complete a sketchbook that I was satisfied with. Something that I did a lot when I was a kid. I would have my sketchbooks for so long and draw in a bunch of different ones that by the time that I got to like a midway point in a sketchbook, I would feel like the stuff in the beginning just wasn't good enough, and then I would kind of stop. And so that's one of the things that I want to work on. I think that's why the last sketchbook I was able to finish and be successful with finishing is because I was consistently making stuff for the channel and consistently adding to it because of the live stream. So if I can recommend anything for completing a sketchbook, I would say hold yourself accountable. Try to draw on it at least once a week. If you can get once a week done, then you can still fill in a good chunk of your sketchbook. And if you don't finish it in a year, you know, I see all these great, incredible sketchbook tours, people who finish sketchbooks in a month and have these like wonderful, maybe not thought out, but just like beautiful looking sketchbooks. And sometimes I feel discouraged about it. But finishing this for the first time has made me feel like you can accomplish it in a way that fits you best. It doesn't need to be full color things, and it could be something sketchy and stuff like that. So don't give up, guys. It could take you 28 years like it took me, but you can do it too. So I'm excited to start this sketchbook with you guys, and thank you so much for supporting me so far. Thank you so much to my patrons who are helping me make this dream become a reality. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that we can draw together again soon. Bye, guys.